I come from compassion. It's just my nature. I come from a willingness to understand and to be understood.
Right.
And I come from wanting to connect. I mean, the secret of that show for 25 years is that people could see themselves in.
You won't believe what's happening on Oprah's private island, girl. The FBI recently obtained some shocking footage, and it has everyone in a panic. We're talking about hidden cameras, secret rooms, and other crazy things. For example, recall the days when Oprah was just giving away cars and other favorite items. Now she's at the center of a scandal that will make you wonder about everything. The tea is hot, and we're going to spill the beans.
I want to attack Oprah for her not always being honest, for her being a snake, for the things that she's done regarding that. And if you're a long-time viewer of the channel, you'll know we've taken some shots at Oprah. We're not afraid. Most recently about the Maui wildfires that she was grifting off of. It's disturbing. But you can go way back and learn about her connections to Harvey Weinstein, where we exposed her in that video, as well as the one I did. I'd implore you to check out the one I did to Britney, but I think it's to everybody. Don't trust Oprah. What she's done to the Michael Jackson family is deplorable. I've talked about that as well. I'm one of the staunch, most vocal supporters of Michael. Everybody's afraid to defend Michael. I am not. I've done the homework. To those of you who say, Andy, be careful, I would say do your homework. In fact, stay tuned and hit that subscribe, because we're going to get more into that to help you guys understand more of the truth. So hit the bell, hit the button, smash the like button. There's a lot more coming, and a lot about Oprah that I will keep uncovering. And this is one I wanted to talk about because she's out there doing all this positive press. And look, again, I don't care her dieting. I care when she lies, when she's not being genuine and honest. That's when I care. When she completely threw out that Leaving Neverland documentary she supported, which was full of lies and nonsense, after already being such a supporter of Michael's family. Anyway, I digress. Now she's out there saying she does use weight loss medication. It's a maintenance tool, and I'm absolutely done with the shaming. The fact that there's a medically approved prescription for managing weight and staying healthier in my lifetime feels like a relief, like redemption, like a gift. That this billionaire finally has doctors that could give her stuff. It was public sport to make fun of me for 25 years. In this week's cover story, I've been blamed and shamed and blamed and shamed. And she talks about all these hurtful moments of how she was called lumpy, dumpy. And look, none of that is right. Didn't feel like I felt sad. I felt hurt. I swallowed the shame. I accepted that it was my fault. Look, she's looking great. Good for her. She turns 70 next week. Again, looks fantastic for 69 turning 70.
Girl, let me tell you about this island Oprah's been keeping on the down low. It's not just some regular beach getaway, honey. We're talking a whole other world that's been hidden from us for years. And you got to wonder why she's been so hush-hush about it. Now the streets are saying all kinds of wild things about what goes down there. Some of it so crazy you wouldn't believe it if I told you, but let me paint you a picture of this place. It ain't just sand and palm trees. We're talking about a luxurious paradise with everything you could dream of. And then some picture this pristine beach is that stretch from miles crystal clear water that sparkles like diamonds and mansions so big they make the White House look like a shack. But that's just what you can see on the surface. The really is what's happening behind closed doors. And don't even get me started on the guest list. It's like a who of Hollywood politics and big business. We're talking to list lebs, billionaires, and even some folks you never expect to see rubbing elbows with Oprah, the kind of people who usually don't even breathe the same air as U.S. regular folks.
But she's optimistic. She now has a better handle on how to maintain her health, and she's sharing all this. Now, again, she talks about her weight fluctuations and all this stuff, yada, yada. But the biggest reveal was that she finally admitted that, she's using these medications. But it's important to talk about how she's revealing this. I eat my last meal at 4 o'clock, drink a gallon of water a day, and use the Weight Watchers principles of counting points. Now, Weight Watchers is a huge sponsor of hers. I think a partner, she gets paid by Weight Watchers, so you got to keep that in mind. I had an awareness of weight loss medications, but I felt I had to prove I had the willpower to do it. I now no longer feel that way. She adds, I was actually recommending it to people long before I was on it myself, telling people to use these medications. Turning point was in a pharmaceutical aides herself, where she taped a panel and she talked about, I had the biggest aha with many people in that audience. She posted, I realized I'd been blaming myself all these years for being overweight, and I had a predisposition that no amount of willpower was going to control. Obesity is a disease. It's not about willpower. It's about the brain. And she says now she's released her own shame about it, consulted a doctor who went on to prescribe a weight loss medication. I now use it as I feel I need it as a tool to manage not yo-yoing. She's not going to name a specific drug, of course, because she's not getting paid yet, and that would be dangerous if it's bad. The fact that there's a medically approved prescription for managing weight, staying healthier in my lifetime feels like a relief, redemption, a gift, not something to hide behind and once again be ridiculed for. I'm absolutely done with the shaming from other people and particularly myself. Now, look, typically I'd say, great, your body, your choice, you do what you want.
But here's the thing I can tell you that right now it's not only about tanning and drinking the streets or claiming that there's more happening on than meets the eye, including covert meetings. What are all these vipes really doing their shady deals, possibly even some things that aren't exactly legal, if you understand what I mean, and trust me when I say that this island has more secrets than a teenage girl's diary. Every building, every corner, and every small patch of sand likely has a story to tell, but who is listening and who is watching? That's the real question, honey. But if you think that's crazy, wait until you hear what the FBI found when they started looking around, because this island isn't just a playground for the rich and famous, it's a whole web of secrets just waiting to be unearthed, and I promise you will be amazed by what they found.
Do you have enough money in your arsenal to find out about anybody that you associate with?
Absolutely.
Okay. Would it not behoove you if every time you heard about it, you investigate it?
Right.
And if you don't investigate it, what are we supposed to think if every time it comes up, you give an I don't know answer? I'm going to start assuming that you do know, but you don't want to tell nobody, because if you do tell people, we're going to have to investigate you. And then you have people running cover for you. Dr. Phil. There's so much scandal with him. Now, that's another thing I have to link to my other channel when I go into that side of it. Like I said, the underbelly, we're exposing what we can talk about here. Mind you, there is a sub-level that's even worse that we can't talk about. Just as long as people understand this, what we mentioned is just the court case alone. You have another slimy section to this thing that is, when I tell you it's bad, it's bad. But we have a school. You heard about the accusations. You don't even go over there. Then you settle out of court with the lady that was in charge of everything.
We tackled.
If you settle, what does that tell me about you not wanting it to go to court? Why are you settling? If you have nothing to hide, why are you not carrying this thing all the way through and getting to the direct bottom of who was in charge of what and who did what and who let what happen? Why are you not doing that? Because you're probably hiding something that you don't want people to know. And she was.
Oh, absolutely.
She is.
Yeah.
She is hiding something.
And let's make it clear on this. When he say that if you settle things out of court, so sometimes people settle things out of court not because they're guilty of that, but they don't want other things to come up. I actually won a civil suit like that. This guy didn't want to show certain things that he didn't want to show in the deposition. So right before the deposition, he settled. So just remember that. So for people that say, well, no, just because people settle, and it's also sometimes, okay, so on her defense, you may settle something because let's just say if somebody want to sue me right now for $100, right? It ain't worth my time to go to court and fight. So I might just give it up unless it's a moral issue for me. And this would be one of those moral issues. You're not going to accuse me of these kind of things. I'm not giving you nothing. We going to court and we getting this settled and getting it straightened out. So there's no way she would have settled that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's not for me. Now, I'm not saying that my issue with her in the settling is the premise behind it. The lady it was a defamation lawsuit. The thing that would have come out is Oprah's hand in how she hired, what she knew about the hiring, and what she knew about what was going on in the school and how much she did about it. That's what I have problems with. You did not allow those things to come to light. I don't think she allowed them to come to light because she knew what was going on.
Let me clarify that this isn't your mother's home security system. Even if you may be wondering why a few security cameras are so important, the FBI discovered something that has everyone from Hollywood to Washington, D.C. trembling in their boots. And when you hear where these cameras were hidden, you'll need a moment to gather your thoughts. At first glance, everything seemed normal, just your typical rich people watching their fancy digs. But that was only the tip of the iceberg. The FBI dug deeper, and what they discovered was like something from a spy movie, but worse, these cameras were Everywhere, I mean everywhere, bedrooms, bathrooms, even the dang shower, can you? Picture yourself lathering up thinking you're alone, but now that someone is looking at you, that alone is enough to make you want to wear a raincoat in the shower. Going forward, imagine that as you reach for a book on the shelf, a tiny camera suddenly appears to be staring back at you, or you are admiring some exquisite artwork without realizing that you are the one on display. The streets are reporting that they have even discovered cameras in locations I can't even mention. Without blushing, it's as if privacy took a permanent vacation on this island.
My biggest thing here is that you're a person that experienced it, right? And then you watch,
Exactly.
and you can see the same behavior in this woman called Oprah towards other people, and you can identify by looking at her what her goal is. And I would think for people that have been through that area of life, it must be taxing to watch.
It is very.
You are a very strong woman. We're getting some good calls. You know what? You should also contact us. We might want to talk to you and talk about how we can protect our kids and the do's and don'ts. Sounds like you're very open to talk, very intelligent, and you have some good information and experiences that most of us have not experienced, and most of us, and I don't think none of us want to experience. I don't care how low down and rotten you are. Well, I take that back. Most of us do not want to go through this. No, some people sell their kids. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I have to think. Yeah,
that is true.
So yeah, make sure you send us a message. You can send us a text on this 1-800 number, and let's talk. You know what I'm saying? And we'll probably get you on the show and get some information from you and help some people out. We really appreciate it.
Let's now discuss what these cameras were recording. This isn't your grandmother's home videos, honey. Rather, it's material that could make even the most scandalous reality TV programs seem mild. There are secret gatherings, and the tea I'm hearing is hot enough to ignite a fire. Just the PG-13 version includes shady transaction C and some content that would make a sailor blush. But the real issue is, who is watching all of this? California streets are claiming that someone must be on the other end of those cameras, and that anyone from foreign spies to nosy billionaires could. The real question is it blackmails some twisted kind of entertainment or something even more sinister? Girl, it turns out that the entire island is wired up like a Christmas tree. We're talking about a covert surveillance system that would make the CIA jealous of every move. If you think this is crazy, wait, the cameras are only the beginning. The FBI discovered something else on that island that will make your head spin. Talking about secret rooms, every whisper, every little secret, it's all being recorded. It's like Big Brother on steroids, but with better views and fancier cocktails, the kinds of chambers that aren't included on any blueprints, and what's inside of them, well, that's just weird on a whole other level.
But this is the Oprah from not that long ago. This is from Thursday, September. This is 2 months ago. 2 months ago. But I guess she's been on it. She must have been using it for more than 2 months. 2 months ago, while on it, she's allegedly on it. She admits she refused to take Ozempic and Wegovy for weight loss. That's the easy way out. Now, to be fair, she's not acknowledging that she's taking either of these. But I want you to hear this quote. The ideas of getting weight loss drug, just substitute any drug in there, guys. Refused to feel like it was taking the easy way out. Billionaires openly battle with decades for her weight. Discussed the ongoing obesity, which affects 2 billion worldwide. During the panel, she said she had a few thoughts on the latest Hollywood trend, the FDA-approved prescription medication, which, again, it doesn't matter which drug you're using. She's not telling us which. She's speaking on behalf of all of them, in my opinion. Shouldn't we all just be more accepting of whatever body you choose to be in? That should be your choice. Even when I first started hearing about the weight loss drugs at the same time I was going through knee surgery, and I felt like I've got to do this on my own, because if I take the drug, that's the easy way out. Someone who was shamed in the tabloids a week for 25 years for not having the willpower to work on her weight. She said it was demoralizing to see it become so popular. And then this doctor said obesity is a chronic disease, so the word willpower, she doesn't use it for her patients. It's hard to see you ostracized the way you've been, because this isn't about willpower. It's not your fault. It's about how our bodies regulate weight, and each of us is different. Each of us is unique. It's not one superior to the other. Look, here's what the doctor's doing to try to justify. This is months ago. But what's weird is Oprah does this a lot. She connects to some doctor that tells her what she wants to hear, that she can then monetize and usually bring her on the show or help be a part of her plan. And she makes it part of the thing. And that's where I'm bothered here, because as she's explaining this, basically saying it's an easy way out, she hasn't done it, which to me proves she's hypocritical. You can go even beyond that, and you can see that, yes, her own company, Weight Watchers, offers prescription weight loss drugs. Yes, Weight Watchers offers prescription weight loss drugs and diabetes drugs like Ozempic. Winfrey has been an investor in Weight Watchers and on its board since 2015. So that's, just so we're clear, she's not just getting paid, she's on the board. She's on the board. So I'm sorry, but I'm going to call you out, Oprah, for you doing this People magazine cover, how amazing you look on the new weight loss drugs that you finally, they fixed me. Is it, how are the long-term effects? Is this really safe? All these questions. And how much are you profiting now? And are you going to eventually reveal what drug it is? This feels shady to me. And you previously had been all against it.
Hold on to your weave, girl. You thought those cameras were scandalous. We're going to spill the beans on something even more juicy. The FBI discovered secret rooms that will make your favorite spy film seem like child's play. What's behind those walls? Let's just say isn't your grandmother's cookie stash. And imagine the FBI snooping around Oprah's island, inspecting the upscale homes and searching closets, all that jazz, and then all of a sudden one of them leans on a bookshelf and they're in a completely different room. It's like something from Scooby-Doo, except this isn't a cartoon. Honey, these rooms aren't even on blueprints, but they're there, and what's inside will make your head spin. We're talking about cash stacks taller than you, documents that appear to have been taken from a spy novel, and some of these rooms contain items that would make even the most scandalous celebrity blush. The real question is who has been using these rooms, because it's not Oprah holding her book club there. The tea is that some of the biggest names in Hollywood politics and business who have been sneaking in and out of these places. We're talking about people you see on TV, everyday people running for office, billionaires who act as though they're perfect, but in these rooms they're up to no good. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and stay informed. Stay tuned for more updates, and let's keep our news accurate.